Hello guys. Welcome to this video. I don't really know what I was going to do for that intro. But this is basically a look at what we did for the CoasterB contest, as many people on Reddit, on Parkitect Reddit, wanted me to actually look into and make a video about the park that me and Robo did for the CoasterB competition. So I'm going to pull that up now. Oh, it's a park file, right. So we named it Action Forest. If you would like to know, this is all of the mods we used for it. You can find it on the workshop. I'm sure it's under RoboFlamingo's workshop page. So definitely check it out. But yeah, this was a collab between me and RoboFlamingo for this January's competition. I didn't like the coaster that much. The coaster was very weird to work with. I really hated it. But yeah. So this is an overview. I know that CoasterB actually did show this, of course. We placed third. And basically he just went like, overview sky view, so you can't really look in depth that much. So I'm just gonna like go over it. So there's a lot of like little hidden details that are really brilliant, I would say. Like every ride operator, this was an idea by Robo. I can't take credit for it, was to add beer kegs and all of this stuff to the ride operators. So every ride operator has a beer with spilled beer. I think the ones over here do as well. Yeah, they do. And then maybe this one does not. He's the only non-drunk ride operator. But yeah, it was very fun to make this. This was one of the first concepts. And this was actually maybe I'll do it this way. Yeah, okay. This was actually one of the first concepts to do. First it was a looping slide was our first idea. And I'll just follow him to show you where he goes. That was our first idea, was to do a looping water slide. I couldn't get that to work nicely, so we just went with a sort of ski jump style, right over the main entrance. And I thought that was pretty brilliant. And as this guy just sort of gets through there, basically he gets over to here to this station, and he gets let off. And the nice thing is you won't be able to see the track or the actual trains. So if I get off of him and I show the trains, and I show the track, you can see that the track actually comes out of here. You can see the car comes out of here, goes around here, flies down here, and then just flies into the station. And it works really well because you were never going to see this because of Invisio, which is a great mod that you can find in the Parkitect Discord. You can Invisio all of this, and it looks pretty great. It works as a great slide, and it's awesome. They do float a little bit right at the beginning, but and that's actually something that I didn't even notice. Well, I mean, I noticed now. So yeah, that was the first thing, or one of the first things or ideas we had. The second idea we had was a go-kart, because this is, of course, Action Park. I don't know if that was clear, but yeah, this is sort of Action Park. But this is the simple loop kart track, which most people think you're just going a simple loop, of course. But it actually just goes off the track, and it's pretty great. I made these custom signs, and it just sort of crosses this rickety bridge into danger. Goes down this sort of path, off the beaten path, down this waterfall, and then it makes a jump. I'll see if I can catch one of these. Yeah, okay, here we go. So we'll follow the go-karts as they go around. They speed off down the rickety bridge, around the mud, get down the water, and then take a jump. They go under a covered bridge, fly into a drainage pipe, over the covered bridge, or break through the covered bridge, around a rock sheer cliff, through a barn, up through some more off the beaten path, and then over another jump, through a fire watchtower, over another jump, and then back in. And then repeat that 5 times. So it's very interesting. The way we did this is the same way we did this. It's all in Visio go-kart track. And I can show you. So if I undo this, you can see all of the go-kart track throughout the whole thing. Again, I'll Visio it so you don't have to look at that. It was really a difficult thing to actually work with it because it looked really ugly when you're building with it. You just see all the ugly go-kart track everywhere, and it doesn't look nice, and you just have to sort of push through it. That was definitely a challenge I faced, at least. I don't know about Robo. But yeah, and then all of that. We also have a ropes course bridge. This was, at least for me, inspired off of and Robo did majority of the building of this, but most of the inspiration I got was from North Carolina's Whitewater Rafting Center, which is pretty. I think it's on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. I don't remember exactly, but it's basically a whitewater rafting center that I went to as a kid, and it has these really cool obstacle courses, and they were a brilliant idea. And I loved it. So good job on that, Robo. He continued it all the way up to here, and down over here. And then over here, worked on this cave. It's not anything special, just a nice little cave that they fly through. Maybe they get their eyes poked out a bit. And then it comes over here. And this was the worst part. I hated this helix. This helix was actually really painful to work with, but in the end it worked out. It goes around here, goes through a bridge that is broken and it's, falling into the water, goes past some thorn bushes, and then goes down this sort of waterfall area where these sort of boards rope up and hook up to all of these sort of supports and these crazy, all these sort of things. And that's really what we wanted to achieve, was just these crazy supports that just generally don't make sense. Like something like this. The other thing that didn't really make sense was the stalagmites holding up the thing, up these logs. Those sort of make more sense. But yeah, and then it comes around here, down this pillar, over across this little bit, held out by some frames and some cinder blocks. And this background is great. I love this so much. It's just so amazing. And the coaster comes over the covered bridge, with the pallets sort of holding it up on top of this horribly torn up covered bridge. Flies this direction, with a crate stack and this weird board connection. You got these wooden supports here. Then you got some more sensible supports. And then back to like a stump supporting it with a tiny branch. Some rocks. Some barrels. And then over here, it goes through some plants, so it's like sort of overgrown. Haystack, beer kegs, and then rolls around this part and flies into the station. So yeah, that was a pretty great part. The other parts over here, in general, is there's these floaties. They might have, say, used them for the water slide, and not anymore, because it's got punctured. You also have this gas mine pipeline, which I thought was great. Just sort of there, just killing people. And then you come over here, There is actually a few bare spots. Me and I'll try not to show those, but I did literally just realize that there were a few bare spots. So, we were definitely a bit rushed for time, but it looks good from, up here. Then you got sort of this rickety shackety, like, completely torn apart. There's no saving this building sort of look. Actually, there might be some saving, but like it is really torn up. Like all of this is just boarded up, and the roof is barely holding on. It's like all of this, and you got like ropes connecting to the fences and all that. The majority thing that I worked on at one point was this barn, and the slope up. The barn was pretty great. Working on this sort of like haystack and like, milk, all spilled all over and all that. And yeah, of course a goat. And then I think, yeah, okay, over here we have a like small waterfall. It's just sort of a I forget what those falls are called. There's a specific name for it. It's not runoff fall. It's there's an actual name for these sort of like long slopes, like flat slopes of water, that are man-made. Oh, someone tell me in the comments what I'm thinking of. I know someone in the comments will know. I did make all of these little custom signs. If you're curious, the sign is made out of isometric triangle and my half arch and some metal square rings and a square from my shape mod. And the same goes for this sign. The comic is from Better Letters. This sign was just using a skull wall and a shelf plank and some poles. These are pretty easy. Better Letters and my shapes. My shapes. And then over here we have the no turn sign, which the now fell off. So now turn, isn't it all become no turn? Yeah. It was just this kind of stupid sign, but I love it. We do have this huge fire watchtower, which I think brings a lot of character into it, especially since there's like literally everything under the sun in this fire watchtower that no one will ever see, but it's sort of just a thing to just sort of be like, if you're looking for it, you'll see something crazy. Some little crazy details. To get down, you use the ladder to get up. Ignore the fact that there's a grand piano in there. Maybe they constructed a whole grand piano in there. Over here we have the lift hill. We were gonna do a water wheel with like staff right about here, sort of like powering the coaster. And I thought that was pretty great. But we did not have the time for that, so it got cut. The other thing was we worked on this little tent area. Just sort of like a nice little shack for this dude's truck. And I think, oh yeah, also, I almost completely forgot, is this drop tower. The drop tower is called Space Shot, recently refurbished. Actually, before that, the coaster is called Intimidator 35, in reference to Intimidator 305. And then this water slide is Kamikaze. That's the name of that water slide. But yeah, this is the drop tower. The drop tower is basically connected up to the cars using jumper cables, which I think is great. And you got this sort of like bonfire over here, and this wall was entirely custom made by Robo. I really want to like say that he did this, because he spent a ton of time making this cinder block wall, and it was great. So yeah, really love this cinder block wall. It took him forever from what I saw. But yeah, this drop tower basically just goes up and down with different sort of air escaping out of different pipes. And it's sort of just a whole effect, and this way it's just super shackety and like super not held together at all. Then wires are falling off and everything. Just makes it great. I really love it a lot. Got like a little bonfire there. And then every so often, I'll just enable it. You get sort of like a floomph sort of fire from the thing, which I thought was cool. I think that is pretty much it. I am gonna do lighting next. I don't think I missed anything big. But yeah, I'll turn off the lights. So this is what it looks like at night. Most of the lighting courtesy of Robo. He is the lighting master, so I let him be. Literally the only lighting I did was this part. This whole part was my crown jewel. I did 99% of all this. He did add a few details. I really love the way he did these sort of oil splotches and these footsteps off it. I'm totally stealing this later for another idea I have. If you're curious how he did it, if it will let me, there we go, cowboy boot. It is just a cowboy boot turned upside down using F2K, which I thought was really brilliant. Let me actually close this. All right. But yeah, I thought that was really, really brilliant, and yeah, the whole ride is, I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. But yeah, it looks great. I love it a lot. Sorry about that. I forgot I had it rides turned off. But yeah, you can sort of see the lighting he did in like literally the last 15 minutes. We almost didn't make the deadline, but yeah, it definitely looks great. I love it a lot. And I hope you guys do too. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this little look at our park. And if you guys want, let me know. I think I am going to do, like, let me know what you guys think, but I think I am going to go into more depth into some of the other builds that, for CoasterB's contest. I think that would be really, really cool. This just sort of look a lot more into depth, into a lot of more of the details, instead of being a very broad overview, because I know CoasterB doesn't have, all the time in the world to make a video, 5 hours long, going over all of everything. But if you guys want me to, if you got some park suggestions you want me to do specifically, which one specifically you want me to do, let me know, and I will check them out for the CoasterB January competition. So yeah, that's it from ours park, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.